Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. The Honorable Nim Ayumurti and all my friends who I love. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Dini Azhari. I am from 7H. So today I want to present my research proposal. The title is An Analysis of Student Difficulties in Writing Narrative Text. Go to the chapter 1, that is about the introduction. The first is research problem. The students have difficulties in writing narrative text. Student lack of knowledge in understanding structure and grammar. Student can't differentiate each generic structure of the text. Students are lack of vocabulary. And the student result in writing narrative text is below from the teacher expectation. And then problem formulation. What are difficulties in writing narrative text faced by a student in 8th grade of SMPN 1 Pusaka? And then what are the factors that cause the student's difficulties in writing narrative text? And then research objective, that is to find out the student difficulties in writing narrative text, and then to find the factors that cause the student difficulties in narrative text. Go to the chapter 2, that is about the literature review. The first is writing. Writing is a skill where the writer can set his idea down in the form of words, sentence, and paragraph which are easy to understand for the reader. Which means that writing is an activity to share information which is understandable for the readers. And then narrative text, based on Anderson, that narrative text is a piece of the text which tells a story to entertain and inform the reader or listener. Narrative text contain of fantasy stories, fairy tales, or real stories that are fabricated. The next is student difficulties in writing narrative text. Iskandar Wasit and Sunendar state that writing is most difficult skill in language learning. In other, H. Douglas Brown say the fact that students have difficulties and that difficulties can be observed, analyzed, and classified to reveal something or a scoring system in a student. For some students in a school who struggle with a writing problem, the writing process itself can disturb their learning process. Go to chapter 3, that is a methodology. The first is research design. In this research, the researcher used a qualitative research in descriptive qualitative research. This descriptive qualitative research is comprehensive summarizing in everyday terms of specific event experience in individual or in a group of individuals. And then a research participant, the researcher as the English teacher and grade student of SMPN 1 Pusaka. And then data collecting technique, the researcher use interview, questionnaire, and document analyze. And then data analysis technique, there are data reduction, data display, and data verification. Data reduction is a process of selecting, concentrating attention, abstracting, and transforming raw data from the field. And then data display is a structured collection of information that provides the possibility to draw a conclusion and take the action. And the last is data verification, or we can say this is the conclusion, is a one activity from complete configuration. And then data credibility, we use data triangulation. Data triangulation is a technique of checking the validity of data. Okay, that is all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.